Welcome to another edition of BNL Coaches Corner. This week we discuss BNL boys basketball with varsity assistant Zach Robbins. We'll be right back and talk BNL sports after this.
The symbol of luxury. The symbol of performance. And the symbol of power. For the ultimate in sales and service, all signs point to Bedford Ford Lincoln Roush.
Welcome back to BNL Coaches Corner. We are joined this week by BNL varsity basketball assistant Zach Robbins in his fourth year on the staff at Bedford North Lawrence. He's a 2000 BNL graduate coming back to help out his alma mater. Zach, thanks for being on the program.
Thanks for having me.
First year coach under a new head coach, Matt Seifers, and like so many, there had to be introduced to you and to the players, and a new coach, a new system. After 6 months since he's been hired, what are your impressions of Coach Seifers?
I think he's doing a phenomenal job. The kids have responded very well to him. He's a high-intensity, very energetic guy. But the kids really have responded well. They enjoyed playing for him. I think that turns into them giving a lot of effort for him. So all in all, I think it's been a very good start.
With a new coach, obviously there's going to be a new system, a lot of changes. What changes will fans notice as we're introduced to the things that Coach Seifers wants to do on the floor?
Well, we'll certainly do a lot of new things. We think the kids that we have coming back and some new faces, we can play a certain way. We feel that we're a little more athletic than we've probably been in the past. So hopefully with not having very much size, we can speed up the tempo a little bit and get up and down the floor a little bit more.
You mentioned the adjustment of the players. How quickly did they adjust? I mean, they're coming in, there's almost a whole new team because of losing 8 seniors from last year. So they have to adjust and they have to pick it up right away. And so it's almost starting from scratch. How quickly did they adjust?
We began putting stuff in June. And again, that's why the month of June is so important. So this week, starting out with the first day of tryouts, we were really able to pick up where we left off in
June. Does a new coach equal energy and enthusiasm that you can measure and quantify and say, hey, they really picked that up?
I think anything new kind of creates some new energy, some excitement. Hopefully that continues. That's the plan. But I think anytime you have something new, it's exciting.
What do you bring to the staff? What do you see as your role, and were you trying to fulfill, and what does Coach Seifers expect from you as an assistant?
Well, originally when Coach stepped in June, I just tried to provide a smooth transition for him. I've been around the program in one way or another most of my life, whether it was a kid watching or playing. And now I've been out there. This will be my 4th year. So I tried to provide a smooth transition for Coach, and then just providing now, I just feel like I understand the system a little bit. I understand the conference that we play in, and how tough our sectional is. And I just try to relate that to the coach and the players today.
We'll be right back with more from BNL varsity assistant coach Zach Robbins after this.
Whatever you desire in a vehicle, you can find it at Bedford Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Save and smile when you visit us today.
Welcome back to BNL Coaches Corner. We're discussing BNL boys basketball with varsity assistant Zach Robbins, a former star himself. Zach, you and Braden Knight, another assistant coach, are former BNL players. How important is it to have a link to the past as we go through a transition period to a new coach?
I think as an outsider, and I don't know how to explain that, but you don't necessarily understand the history of the program unless you've been around it, you've experienced it, you've lived it. Obviously, BNL basketball's had a lot of success over the years, and I think if you're around it long enough, you understand in one way or another what built that success.
And a sense of pride involved that you try to, teach people and not only the new coaches but the young players coming in, that there is a sense of pride involved with this program.
Yes, absolutely. There's a lot of tradition, a lot of pride. I think in today's age, kids lose focus of that, and they just think that they're the first kids to ever put on a BNL jersey, and that's not the case. So we try to relay that to them, that there's been success in the program, and what helped BNL get that success.
This is an extraordinarily young team. Probably only 1 or 2 seniors will be on the roster. Only 4 or 5 upperclassmen, almost all for the rest sophomores and freshmen. What are the challenges involved with so many young kids?
Well, you really have to just start teaching from scratch. Obviously, everybody has some high expectations for the program going in the future. When that success happens, who knows? It may be in March, it may be way down the road. So you've got to kind of curb that excitement, that enthusiasm, and just really focus and teach the younger kids. Even the upperclassmen, we don't have a whole lot of varsity experience coming back. So it's just breaking everything down one practice at a time and just teaching.
I've been asked several times about this, and I'm sure you've heard it too, about how many games you think BNL will win this year, which is a very difficult question to answer. Besides wins and losses, how will success be measured with this team?
I think with the younger kids, it's really just going to be a day-by-day process, and seeing how they mature. Again, you can't put wins and losses on kids that young, and it's going to be tough. I think the community will see it grow, but everyone's going to have to understand it's going to be a very slow process. It's not going to happen overnight.
BNL plays an inter-squad scrimmage on Saturday afternoon at 2 o'clock. Then they will visit Columbus North next week for the IHSAA scrimmage. What will the coaching staff be looking for during those 2 preseason workouts?
I think we'll be looking, first of all, for leadership, mental toughness. Leadership will be big as far as the kids who will be vocal, who will help get guys in the right spots on the court. That'll be very big with, again, the limited experience that we have coming back. And probably also just the tempo of play and guys just getting after it.
The season opener will be against Brown County on November the 22nd at home. You mentioned the tough schedule, and I looked down through it a little bit today. Of course, you've got a trip to Richmond where BNL had some success last year. You mentioned the conference and the sectional with the defending state Class 4A champion and one of the best players in the nation at New Albany. So it's a lot to get ready for. Is this something that you think, okay, we're going to be ready by the time the season rolls around, or is this a team that's going to be built toward peaking in March, which is when you want to peak in?
Well, I think Coach said it best. Again, going back to our youth and the lack of experience, there's a good chance we're not going to look very good right away. That's a real possibility. Hopefully as the season continues and kids learn their roles and learn what we're trying to do as a system, hopefully we'll be a little bit better by March.
Zach, thanks for coming on the program. We really appreciate it. We look forward to covering BNL boys basketball this winter as they get ready for a new season and a new coach. We want to thank Pizza Hut, as they're always, for their generous hospitality, for allowing us to record the program here as a host. And we look forward to bringing you more next week as we continue to track the successful teams and individuals that represent the community and school at Benjamin North Lawrence. Until next time, thanks for watching.